Hello and welcome to what is hopefully and very probably going to be the second video on my channel. And as you can probably see in the title, well, this is the second video on the map I have made, which I have mainly made to show some new possible parkour methods. As you can see, there are the climbable walls I have made, the climbing bars, and also what I forgot to show was the fan, which pushes you based on how close you are to it. Yes, in this video I wanted to cover something that is not relevant to parkour very much, but more for adventure maps, which I think, and puzzle maps. In fact, for probably any kind of map, other than maybe certain mini games, this could be useful. And this is a checkpoint block, and I will show you right now how every time you step on one of these, it will change your spawn point to the block you are standing on. And I showed this a little bit of this in my last video, but not very much, which I didn't. I only said about about what it does, and that actually is there. And I'm also want to apologize for, that my last video was so short, and that I don't think it was the audio quality that was so bad. It was just the fact that I am usually a very shy person, and that was one of my first ever recordings. But yes, now to what I was originally going to show you. It was so. Of all of these command blocks that were used to make this extremely simple map, only 3 of these are actually needed to make the checkpoint blocks. Those are these 3. So what you're going to need first of all is a simple redstone clock with this here on top and this here on the bottom. A simple 20 ticks per second clock, and with that use the setblock command. So if you don't know how this works, you use setblock to you type in this command, and what it does is it will place a redstone block beneath it, which activates this one, which will fill the one above it with air. But while this one is being triggered, it also activates this one again, which will create another redstone block, and that is how this 20 tick per second clock occurs. It is simple enough. I will type all the command ends in the description, and if something doesn't seem to work, and please type it in the chat. I'll try to explain it or change the description of the command in the description. But now this is the command that does everything, and as you can see, this is much more complicated than else, but it's also very simple. So first of all, you will need an execute command, which targets all players in their position, and you'll use something called detect, which is something that has been recently added into the new 1.8 snapshots. And by typing in this, it will detect what block is beneath you, and if that is true, then it will run the command. And this actually works for any block. So I have it set to the prismarine bricks because I just find myself using those quite often. But you can change it to normal prismarine, you can change it to normal bricks, you can change it to bookshelves, you can even change it to a pumpkin. Everything you need is just to change these two statements. The block itself, you'll have to write here. As you can see, I wrote prismarine, which will either be one of these two, but then you also need the ID value, or the damage value, whichever way you like to call it. That will decide which one it is. So as you can see, this normal prismarine has a damage value of 0, whereas the prismarine bricks have one of 1. It's also a dark prismarine has one of 2, and pumpkins don't have a damage value because they don't need one. The jack-o'-lantern's a completely different object. Yeah. So then after that, everything you need to write is just a basic spawn point command, which sets a spawn point of all players in a radius of 0, which means just pretty much if someone isn't staying right inside of you, I don't think it'll target them. So it should work. It should work even on the multiplayer map. It won't make a difference at all. Everything, and these signs, which pretty much say exactly where the person is. So, this here's the entire command, which, as I said before, I will post in the description. And thank you for watching.